freedom. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Muskegon City Commission meeting for March 24th, 2015. Before we begin the proceedings, is Reverend Mark Miller in the house to lead us in prayer? Well, if not, we'll get led in prayer, and then we're going to follow that with the Pledge of Allegiance. So if everyone please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us to this evening hour. Thank you for the glimpses of springtime, and the promise of growth and renewal. May all that we do tonight encourage that renewal in our relationships with each other, with our neighbors, and for the sake of the city as a whole, and of course, greater Muskegon. Keep within our hearts and our minds, and fill us with the wisdom that we need to do the good work. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And as we begin the evening, let's get those positive thoughts out as the Big Reds are currently in Lansing, beginning their trek in the quarterfinals. So much luck to our gentlemen from Muskegon High School. May we have the roll call, please?
Commissioner Turnquist?
Here.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Mayor Gallren?
Here.
Commissioner Hood?
Here.
Vice Mayor Spataro?
Here.
Commissioner German?
Here.
Commissioner Rinsa-Masipiga?
Here. Thank you. May we have the consent agenda?
Approval of minutes, City Clerk, summary request to approve minutes of the March 9th Commission Work Session meeting and the March 10th City Commission meeting. Staff recommendation, approval of the minutes. Second reading amendment to the mobile food vending ordinance, City Clerk. Summary request. In 2014, the city adopted a mobile food vending ordinance. Staff encountered no issues and received no complaints. Staff believes mobile food vending units are a benefit to our city and downtown and would like to encourage more participation. We are requesting to amend the ordinance to change the amount of time a mobile food vending truck may stay in one place from 15 minutes to 30 minutes without a permit, and change the distance a mobile food vending service may be parked within an existing brick and mortar restaurant from 150 feet to 50 feet. Further, to encourage more participation, we are asking to lower the permit fees from $300 a unit, $150 for existing restaurants in the city of Muskegon, and $50 for restaurants in the downtown development area to be changed from a monthly fee to an annual fee. Staff recommendation to adopt the ordinance amendment and update the fee schedule as indicated. Second reading amendment to the special event parking downtown ordinance, City Clerk. Summary request. In 2014, the city adopted a special event parking downtown ordinance to require businesses to offer public restrooms during special events. Once it was implemented for a season, we were able to ask for input from those businesses it impacted. Based on the feedback, staff is requesting to modify the ordinance to remove the requirement the first porta-john be in an ADA accessible facility and include a hand washing unit. Staff is also requesting to change the language to indicate public restrooms be available within 100 feet of the parcel. Staff is also requesting the fee schedule to be changed to indicate no permit is needed for those parking under 50 vehicles and offering an annual permit of $125. A $50 per event fee will still be offered to those businesses who wish to pay a per event fee. Staff recommendation to adopt the ordinance amendment and update the fee schedule as indicated. Second reading amendment to the licensing ordinance, City Clerk. Summary request. This is a request to amend ordinance 50-2 licensing penalties and remedies. Staff is asking to revise the ordinance to state property owners are also subject to a municipal civil infraction if any of the provisions of the ordinance are violated. Staff recommendation to adopt the ordinance amendment. Second reading amendment to the zoning ordinance, planning and economic development. Summary request. Staff initiated request to amend the zoning ordinance to allow amusement and recreational facilities, including indoor and outdoor sports fields in B2 convenience and comparison business districts. Staff recommendation to approve the zoning ordinance amendment. Committee recommendation. The Planning Commission unanimously recommended approval of the request at their special meeting in February. Second reading, Lakeshore Smart Zone LDFA Plan Amendment, Planning and Economic Development. Summary request. The City of Muskegon Local Development Finance Authority and City Commission approved the Lakeshore Smart Zone Local Development Finance Authority and Tax Increment Finance Plan in 2002. The state of Michigan recently provided the opportunity to extend the tax increment finance capture for an additional 5 years if the Smart Zone LDFA plans are amended to include additional projects, job creation, cooperation with other regional entities, and/or additional reporting. As this additional 5 years of TIF capture will assist the city in paying back the bonds that were issued for development of the Merrick facility, an amendment to the plan was prepared. The amendment was approved by the LDFA and the plan has been forwarded to the City Commission. Staff recommendation that the City Commission approve the resolution amending the plan. New special event request, Stand Up for the Cure, Stand Up Paddleboard Event and Expo, July 11, 2015, Planning and Economic Development. Summary request. Stand Up for the Cure is a 501c3 organization dedicated to raising awareness of breast cancer and funds for the Susan G. Komen Foundation. They would like to add Muskegon's Harbortown Beach as their third event site this year, in addition to Newport Beach, California, and Miami, Florida. In addition to stand-up paddle boarding, they would like to have an expo-style event with vendors, music, and information booths. One of their sponsors is a craft beer brewing company, and they are requesting to serve beer and possibly wine to their patrons. The alcohol would be served in 8-ounce plastic cups to event participants who have been wristbanded after having their age verified by security staff checking identification. No spirits will be served. They expect to end the event by 3 p.m. Staff recommendation, none. Contract for demolition at 1716 Sanford, Community Neighborhood Services. Summary request to approve for Community Neighborhood Services to execute a contract with Court Aid Wrecking 1750 Alpine Avenue in Grand Rapids for the demolition of the structure located at 1716 Sanford. This activity is under the Target Neighborhood Blight Fight program. The following bids were received. Court Aid Wrecking, $8,180. Presses LLC, $5,220. The bid was inconclusive. Staff recommendation to approve the request. Resolution in support of Proposal 1 for Safer Roads City Manager. Summary request. The City of Muskegon has recently identified street repair needs in excess of $72 million and supports Proposal 1 on the May 5, 2015 ballot to provide the funding needed to address our long-term street infrastructure needs. For more information, please go to www.michigan.gov road funding or www.michigan.gov reality check. Staff recommendation, approval.
Commissioners, you've heard the consent agenda as presented. Are there any items you wish to have removed for further discussion? Commissioner?
Item I.
Any others? Vice Mayor?
Seeing none, I would move that we approve the consent agenda as read with the exception of item I, Isaac.
Second.
It has been moved by the Vice Mayor, seconded by Commissioner German to accept the consent agenda as presented minus item I. Any discussion? Not, roll call please.
Vice Mayor Spataro?
Yes.
Commissioner German?
Yes.
Commissioner Rinsema-Sipiga?
Yes.
Commissioner Turnquist?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Gallren?
Yes.
Commissioner Hood?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Commissioner Turnquist?
I would move that we support the Proposition 1 proposal as presented to us. Second.
It's been moved by Commissioner Turnquist, seconded by Commissioner Rinsema-Sipiga to approve the resolution in support of Proposal 1 for safer roads. Commissioner Turnquist?
Yeah, I did some looking at it, probably as everyone else has, and I'm a little disappointed that, it generates a lot of money, but about 40% of the income coming in is going to go to other interests, special interests. 1.3 is going to roads throughout the state. Schools get 200, mass transit gets 116 million, local revenue sharing 111, and general fund 173. But I would be surprised if they ever promote this proposal on TV, as they've already started. It's about roads because it's an emotional issue, and they won't talk about this other part. So I'm disappointed in that part. Let me finish. Had a conversation, and there's a date in there of 2018, and when might we see funding? And had a conversation with our city manager today, and I had some questions for him, and I'd just like to have him share a little further explanation for us, and for the audience, and maybe those that are watching on TV.
Yep, sure. If I remember, your questions were, one was essentially how much was this going to generate for us? And we understand that on the third year, with full implementation, for us, it means about $2 million annually in additional, right, in additional funds. And the other question was, how do we know essentially what that will be? We understand that they will follow the current Act 51 formula, just like they follow now. So based on sales tax revenue projections, right, that's where that number comes from, the $2 million. So what could change that? I guess Act 51 could be changed, although it hasn't been changed in many years. Or they could have less sales tax volume or more sales tax volume, which could affect that negatively or positively. But the indications that we're getting from the state are that we would receive about $2 million more a year.
By 2018.
By 2018. So it'll ramp up. It'll start off lower, under $1 million for the first year, somewhere between $1 million and $2 million for the second year, and then in the third year would be up to the $2 million mark.
The reason I like this proposal, I think it's the easiest way for us as taxpayers to pay for it as you go. It doesn't hurt as much as a $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 bill on tax at the end of the year. But the other hidden feature in this, people coming into our community that purchase things are going to help us raise this money. And we have a lot of tourists that come in here using our roads and buying things here, which we're grateful for. And I think that part of it I like, that it's going to be shared by many more people than just the residents of Muskegon.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor?
Yeah, I just also want to add, I mean, I support this proposal. It's not how I would have done it, but yeah, I think it's the best we're going to get. But something with the advertising and some of the comments that you see on articles regarding this, people forget that part of what we pay in taxes when we buy gasoline is sales tax, and part of it is a gas tax. The gas tax goes to pay for the roads. The sales tax has always gone to schools and revenue sharing for the cities. This proposal eliminates the sales tax on the sale of gasoline. So if there is no remedy in this for that loss of revenue, that would severely and negatively impact our local school districts and our local cities that get revenue sharing. So when they talk about this amount of money will go to revenue sharing and this amount of money will go to schools, it's to replace the lost revenue by eliminating the sales tax that's currently levied on gasoline. So it's not a net increase for us in revenue sharing or a net increase for the schools in school funding. It basically holds us and the schools harmless for this change in how revenue's generated for our streets and highways. And as far as, mass transit, Act 51 is always designated part of the tax from gasoline, the gas tax itself, toward things like our MAT system here in Muskegon County. It has a revenue stream from that formula. As you heard our manager say, that formula is not being changed. The money from this proposal is being distributed the same way it's always been, and part of that goes to our local bus systems and other forms of mass transit, because that's part of our transportation infrastructure. So that also is not a change from where we are currently with how these things are funded. So I just think it's important to make sure people understand that.
Very good, thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else, gentlemen? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Muskegon?
Yes.
Commissioner Turnquist?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Mayor Galvin?
Yes.
Commissioner Hood?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Spataro?
Yes.
Commissioner Derman?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. New business, please.
Bella Dog concession contract for City of Muskegon Parks. Summary request. Staff is asking permission to enter into another one-year contractual agreement with Steve Hamstra of Bella Dog at various City of Muskegon parks and facilities located within the City of Muskegon as determined by staff to sell hot dogs and other minor snacks from a mobile cart. Concessionaire is also requesting that a 50-foot allowance between vendors be considered. Financial impact, concession revenue is 10% of gross receipts. Commission revenue in 2013 was $276 and $134 in 2014. Staff recommendation, authorize DPW staff to enter into a concession agreement with Steve Hamstra of Bella Dog.
Mr. Johnson?
I move to authorize DPW staff to enter into concession agreement with Steve Hamstra of Bella Dog.
Second. It has been moved by Commissioner Johnson, seconded by Commissioner Hood, to authorize DPW staff to enter into concession agreement with Steve Hamstra of Bella Dog. Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Hood,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Spataro,
Yes.
Commissioner German,
Yes.
Commissioner Rensema Sipiga,
Yes.
Commissioner Turnquist,
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson,
Yes.
Mayor Gallren.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you. Are you in the audience, Steve?
Yes.
Well, good luck and have a great season. Thank you. You betcha. We'll see you down at the park. Any other business, Commissioners? Vice Mayor?
Just a couple of things. One, an acknowledgement to the Muskegon Lakehawks. Our local basketball team has acquitted itself very well. They did not make it out of Chicago to move forward at the national tournament rankings, but another successful season, and this is 2 in a row, and hopefully the second of many to follow. They're building a following, and I think they put an exciting product on the floor, and it's good to see another positive activity for people to enjoy here in Muskegon. And the other thing is, hopefully everybody is now aware that for the second year in a row, Muskegon Public Schools is home to Mr. Basketball for the state of Michigan. And future Spartan, got to give a shout out to Michigan State, Deontay Davis is rightly deserving of that award. And hopefully he can carry the Big Reds to another state championship this year. So,
Very good.
thank you,
One
Mr.
more,
Basketball.
actually. McDonald on there.
Oh, that's right. Only one in Michigan this year.
That's right.
Quite a young man, and certainly somebody to take pride of in this community.
We do. Anything else, gentlemen? Not, are there any members of the audience that would like to address the commission? Yeah. I just need to have you come to the podium and give your name and address. Okay?
No, he wouldn't do this.
Good evening. My name is Christine Robertson. Address is 2224 Hoyt Street in Muskegon Heights. I'm here today to request a zoning variance for property located at 544 Apple Avenue in Muskegon, Michigan. The building has been vacant for a year or more, and I would like to operate a fresh fish market at this location. The property is located between Getty Street and Wood Street, where there are currently business and residents. In the past, the building has been used as a dry cleaner, a jewelry store, and most recently as a clothing store. I would certainly be grateful if my request is taken in consideration and a variance is made for the building located at 544 Apple Avenue. Thank you for your time and your consideration in this matter.
Okay. What we'll need to do, ma'am, is direct you to our zoning administrator, Mike Franzik, in planning. All those type of issues begin out of that department, and there is a citizens board that also acts for a review on any of these type of requests. But planning will be able to, the planning department will be able to help walk you through your request and evaluate it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
And it
So
should be
a fish market. Yeah.
great.
Okay.
And best of luck. Thank you for considering investing in Muskegon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
And
you.
in fact, was it Mike here?
Are there any others? Are there any other members of the audience that would like to address the commission? If not, Commissioner Hood.
If there's nothing else, I move to adjourn.
Second. It has been moved by Commissioner Hood, seconded by Commissioner Johnson to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Nobody's opposed? How did that
That's just
happen?
wrong. I wrote 548.
I think all you need is a special use permit. Because if it's zoned
See, like
anything
I
other
said,
than
as soon
business,
as